Hi, I'm Rayma.
And I'm Andrea.
And this is Mile High Murder. We are just slightly obsessed with true crime. We text each other when new missing persons cases are unfolding. We add each other to Facebook sleuth groups and definitely feel like we have solved the cases before anyone else. We aren't creepy, I promise.
I'm sorry. That was dumb.
It's fine. I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm ready. Sorry.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday's my favorite day.
Is it?
Yeah, because our podcast comes out every Wednesday.
But we don't record it on Wednesdays usually.
Yes, we do. We record it in the morning right before everyone wakes up.
You're right. That's what we do. Why are you lying to everybody, Andrea?
For fun. How are you this week?
Good. A little bit. I was a little bit sick last week, so my voice is
sorry.
a little... Yeah, it's okay. It's really not your fault. So
that's good. Do you have a case for me today?
I do.
Okay.
It comes from Boulder, Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the case of Sid Wells, who is a man, not a woman.
Okay.
So his friends called him Sid. His whole family called him Sid. So in 1983, Sid Wells was a 22-year-old journalism student at University of Colorado in Boulder. He was a young, handsome, and kind-hearted young man and was described as everybody's best friend by his brother. He sounds a lot like you and me, actually. Like
we are everybody's best friend.
I know. Just everyone loved him. He was the life of the party.
Man, that's just us.
Yeah, totally. No, I mean, I feel like he was an Enneagram 7 when I was reading about him.
Have we talked about that yet? How we're 7s?
Yeah, we have. People know we're 7s. Yeah, so he just reminded me of, he just seemed like a really awesome guy that everyone kind of wanted to be around him and everyone knew him. And yeah. So he was a member of the Navy ROTC program and he worked his way through college at Boulder Hotel. Sid Wells. Whoa. So God bless you.
I sneeze like a 300-pound man.
Sid Wells met Shauna, who is also a student at CU, and they started dating. After a few dates, Sid actually found out that she was Robert Redford's daughter.
What?
Yeah, he didn't know when he met her, and they started dating a lot, and he was like, oh my gosh, he called his brother, and he's like, I'm dating Robert Redford's daughter. He had no idea.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. So they had been dating 3 years at this point, and they actually even lived in the same apartment complex, which was Spanish Towers Apartments on 29th Street. This is just east of the campus.
Okay.
Sid's parents had bought a condo there for their kids to stay in while they were attending school, which that's an awesome idea. Those are cool parents.
No kidding.
I think they still paid rent to their parents, but
still.
Yeah.
Who
They had
cares?
a place to live. So it was the summer and Sid and his brother Sam were living there, but they needed a third roommate, and that's how they met Thane Smyka.
What? Say that again?
Thane is his name. Thane Smyka.
Okay.
Yeah. So he became their third roommate. He started living in the condo at the beginning of the summer, and really Sid wasn't there much, so they didn't really know each other that well. Sid had a hard time getting rent from Thane every month. And Thane's actually kind of a cool name, I think. But anyways.
It sounds like you have a lisp.
Thane. It is kind of like you're saying Shane with a lisp. I didn't even think about that.
That's why I was like, what did you say?
Yeah, I said Thane. Thayne. Thane.
Huh. I've never heard that before.
So yeah, he had a hard time getting rent from him every month. And not only that, but Sid actually started thinking that Thane was stealing from them.
Oh my gosh.
And reselling the items for money. So things like VCRs and stuff like that.
VCRs?
1983. So
who has a VCR?
1983. Everyone has a VCR. So even though Sid was a lovable guy and everything was he had a lot going for him. He was dating Robert Redford's daughter, and
I bet she's beautiful.
Oh, she's so pretty. Well, I'll post a picture of her with the one we post of him too.
Cool.
On social media. So anyways, even though he was a lovable guy, he also had his struggles. He started getting involved with cocaine. He was only snorting it.
The 80s though.
Yeah, he was also selling it. And he usually had quite a bit hidden away in his condo, and he would sell it in small quantities. So Smyka would actually help him because Sid would give him money and Smyka would go and buy cocaine in bigger quantities, and then he'd come back and bring it to Sid, and then he actually they'd cut it, which means they added other substances to it. Yeah.
Yep.
And
I know all about that.
you know all about cocaine and cutting it.
Totally.
So to those listeners of ours that don't know what cutting cocaine means, it means you add other substances to it.
So that it goes further.
It goes further, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes these substances, I mean, it weakens it sometimes, and sometimes they're crazy substances.
Yeah, and sometimes they add like rat poison to stuff.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
crazy. So anyways, Thane would sometimes cut it and then steal portions of it.
Oh my God, dude.
So that he cut it so that it didn't look like he stole as much or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Sid was kind of figuring it out. So in the week leading up to August 1st, Sid had realized that 7 grams of cocaine had been taken from his stash, not all at once, but over a little bit of time.
Right.
And he confronted Smika about it. Smika blamed an acquaintance of theirs named Craig Evans. So Smika claimed that Craig broke into their house and stole the cocaine and some money. Smika suggested to Sid that they should set Craig up by like basically taunting him to kind of break in again to their home and then catching him in the act, which is a really terrible idea. So the next day on August 1st, 1983, Sam Wells, so this is Sid's brother, was coming home from a camping trip, and at about 12:20 p.m., he walked into the unlocked door to their condo to find Sid dead from a gunshot wound to the back of his head.
Oh, back of his head.
Yeah. So Sam called 911. When the police got there, they determined quickly that there was no forced entry, and the only disturbance was an overturned chair and a moved coffee table, which is like pretty crazy for this guy being shot in the back of the head. That's the only disturbance in the home. So on that coffee table near Sid's body, there was a note that read, Sid/Sam, I've gone home to visit. I thought that was funny too. Sid/Sam, I've gone home to visit my folks for a couple of days, and I'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday. Thane. So at
convenient.
Yeah. At 2:40 p.m., Dr. Kevin Hanley, a pathologist employed by Boulder Community Hospital, and his assistant Randall Donato arrived at the crime scene and examined the body and advised that Sid Wells had died of a gunshot wound to the head. It was later determined that Sid was killed with a single shot from a 20-gauge shotgun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Officers did not find any firearms in the home. And the Boulder County coroner estimated that his time of death was 11:35 a.m. So his brother got home at 12:20 p.m.
Oh, how sad.
While interviewing neighbors, one of them mentioned that they had seen Thane Spika, the day of the shooting, carrying a green trash can with a lid on it to the garbage bin.
Oh my Lord.
But then returning it to the apartment. And this was strange because Spika never took out the trash. Officers found this same trash can and noted that there was still trash in it.
If Josh takes the trash out, I'm dead.
That's funny. Well, so I'm pretty sure he had the gun in that trash can. Yeah. So the note that they found on the coffee table was placed on top of blood spatter.
Oh, you moron.
Yeah, leading them to Spika as their main suspect. So they drove to Akron, Colorado, to Spika's mother's house to interview him. He right away, when they interview him, points again to Craig Evans and tells them the same story that he told Sid about the drugs and him stealing them and the money and all that. And so he basically claims that... So now he adds the story that Thane, had gone to Evans' house, stolen drugs and money from him to like replace.
He like can't keep it straight.
No. It actually does make sense. So he stole the stuff from Thane, stole the stuff from Sid, the money and cocaine from Sid. So he went to this guy's house to steal it so he could replace it for Sid.
Got it.
Is what he's saying basically.
Okay.
What he's re-stealing it away from Sid. Sorry, this is not making any sense.
You confused yourself.
I did confuse myself.
He stole it from Craig.
He's claiming that Evan stole it, right? So he went back to steal it back for Sid.
Right.
So got it. So he is saying that Evans could have killed him because of retaliation from
Correct.
that theft. Okay.
Okay, we got it now.
Yeah, I did. I confused myself. So obviously this all sounds super unlikely, and
No, it's super plausible.
Yeah,
for sure.
right?
Especially with that blood spatter being under
yeah.
the note.
And of course,
Hate when that happens.
they just have to follow the leads that they have. So they do interview Craig Evans on August 4th. And Evans says that he didn't even know Sid Wells, never even met him. And he actually took
What?
a polygraph test and passed it. And he had
Don't
a
do it.
solid alibi during the time of the murder. So he was cleared off their list.
I was literally just going to ask you, how was he even connected to them? Like, where was he? What's going on with this guy? But he doesn't even know Sid.
I think that he might have been a guy that Smika had bought drugs from at one point. So it kind of like
okay.
they were linked somehow, but he never met Sid.
Right.
And so he was just kind of a supplier in some ways. But
Gotcha.
yeah, he was cleared right away. The day before he did the polygraph test on August 3rd, officers obtained a consent to search from Darlene Smika, Thane's mom, and searched her home. And they found a Montgomery Ward's brand 20 gauge shotgun that was hidden in a
Montgomery
cardboard.
Ward. Do you remember that place?
Actually,
No, you're a baby.
I'm a baby. No, I'm not. I'm not
Loved that
one.
place.
I've never been there. Anyways, they found that shotgun hidden in a cardboard box
Okay.
in his closet, and they found 2 rounds of 20 gauge ammunition for the shotgun.
He didn't think to get rid of it or like hide
So
it.
it was like hidden
in a better
away
place?
in his closet at his parents' house.
That's not hidden.
Right.
He just put it away.
I don't know why he didn't think like I'm leaving. Not only that, but like the note said that he was going to visit his parents and his.
So follow me where I take the murder weapon.
Well, his
You
mom
moron.
wasn't even home that weekend. And
Oh.
so it like even when they got there, like his mom was gone in
he's
Fort
not a good
Collins
liar.
actually that weekend. So obviously just, yeah, he's not a good liar. So they found a few other DNA evidence that could place Spika. Oh my gosh, his name is Smika, and I did write Spika at one point.
Oh,
Sorry,
whatever.
guys, that's a typo. He could place Smika as the gunman, but nothing extremely conclusive. So at this point, they just didn't have like the DNA to match it. They had a lot of circumstantial evidence. So on October 6th,
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm not going to ask if I can. I'm just going to do it.
do it. That's what we're here for.
Right. So there was DNA. Was that like a thing in
So
the 80s? Like it started being more popular or later?
A lot of it was like they couldn't find like they didn't have enough information really. There was DNA, but there wasn't enough information to match it.
Okay, got
So
it.
most of it was like just circumstantial evidence. But of course they knew he was there, and his story was like, yeah, I left earlier in the day at 11 and later it was like 10. Like it kept kind of changing a little bit. Well, they were pretty sure they had their guy. So on October 6th, 1983, Smika was arrested for first-degree murder. But this is going to make you mad. During a grand jury process to determine if and what charges Smika might face, the district attorney, Alexander Hunter, do you recognize the name Alexander Hunter?
Yes, I do.
He was the same district
Yes,
attorney
he was.
during the John Benet Ramsey case. So his office reached an agreement with Smika, effectively meaning he wouldn't face any charges no matter what the grand jury found. So no one knows what this agreement was that he made with them.
The H.
No one knows because they don't like the district attorney doesn't have to
Disclose that, right?
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
Eventually Smika was let out of custody and he stayed around for a few years. There was a warrant for his arrest on forgery charges that was issued out of Denver in early 1986.
Good. Suck it.
But he was never arrested and the warrant was eventually dropped.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
This is so disappointing.
Yeah. So Smika's family says the last time they heard from him was in 1986 when he said he was leaving town. According to court documents, he told his family members to get passports in order to be able to visit him, implying that he'd be leaving the country. Yeah. But his family claims they haven't heard from him since, which I don't think I believe that.
I don't either.
Yeah. So an abandoned car registered to his father, who said he gave the car to Smika before he left town, was found in Beverly Hills in 1986, but there was no sign of Smika, and the case went cold. But in 2009, Stan Garnett took over as district attorney. Garnett had an interest in this case because Sid's murder happened just a mile from where he lived in 1983.
Oh, weird.
And the grand jury incident happened just as he was getting out of law school at CU. So it was always something he was like, why did the district attorney do that kind of thing? He started reviewing the case and its evidence, and he also reviewed the grand jury decision by Hunter. Although he says he doesn't know what went into Hunter's decision or why the former DA decided to reach the agreement with Smyka, he says he's still left with questions. So he put together a new arrest warrant for Thane Smyka, which was approved on December 2nd, 2010, 27 years after Sid was murdered.
Whoa.
So this arrest warrant carries a first-degree murder charge, $5 million bond, and a no-contact order for the Wells family. But Thane Smyka has still never been located.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're assuming he's going by a different name now. He's just, no one knows where he is.
Crazy.
So yeah, this is still a cold case, an unsolved case. We're pretty sure this is the guy, right? So if for any reason you have any information to the whereabouts of Thane Smyka, you can contact the Boulder Police Department. But then here's some like cool stuff that happened since this whole thing. As of November 2018, Boulder's district attorney, Michael Doherty, which I don't know if that's how you pronounce.
Doherty?
Is it Doherty?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Michael Doherty has reopened missing persons cases in Boulder County with a team of 7 people.
Awesome.
He previously served on Colorado's cold case task force and is passionate about seeking justice for victims.
Let's interview him.
Come on.
We know you're listening,
I said your
buddy.
Their last name completely wrong, but go ahead and let us know.
But I saved you. It's fine.
Yeah. So the other thing that happened is Sid Wells' oldest brother, Robert Wells, so not the one that found him or lived with him, but the other one,
right,
went on to work in law enforcement as a special agent and has since founded the Families of Colorado Murder Victims and Missing Persons, which is FOHVAMP. And
good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, this helps families of victims in unsolved murder and missing persons crimes seek help in closing their cases.
Ooh.
So that's really cool. It's like actually trying to close Colorado cases. And you can find more info about FOHVAMP by visiting, I know it's a long one.
That's a lot.
www.unresolvedhomicides.org.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
I wonder if that guy's still alive.
It's been,
I mean, I know it's only 20 something. Oh, it's been, no, and 30 something.
It's been over 30 years. 33?
Nope. So in 2010, it was 27, and it's almost 2020. So that would make almost,
my gosh,
I mean,
math.
close to 40 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Which he was, I mean, if he was probably in his 20s at the time, maybe 30s. So yeah, they're probably still alive.
And I don't mean like natural causes death, like,
right.
Or maybe he's in like a Mexican prison or something, or
maybe he's living on the beach in Mexico right now.
In a prison, like, who knows?
True.
Crazy.
Hopefully, I mean, it's what do they call it? The season of justice right now because of all this DNA stuff.
I was going to say, so I wonder how much DNA they have that they could like do some serious damage to this guy.
Yeah. Well, or even maybe somehow find him through the genealogy stuff. So
what if he like went on, like a lot of people do, and had like a family?
Yeah, maybe he could have.
Like, what's his bet? The Golden State Killer.
Yeah, he totally could have. So
crazy.
Yeah, super crazy.
That was a good one.
Yeah. It's crazy that
I love these stories when they have like this silver lining where, I mean, it's still awful, but like they went on to do really good things with tragedy.
I agree. I don't know if his brother was like planning to go into law enforcement before all this happened, or if this
like
just
moved him into
it. Caused him to want to go into it. And obviously it caused him to want to see cold cases be solved, which is a huge deal.
Too.
I think I was reading on that website that there's over 1,600 cold cases in Colorado currently that need to be solved.
I'm sorry, did you say 1,600?
I think that's what I read. I probably shouldn't be saying this on the podcast right now because I'm being recorded, but I'm pretty sure when I went to go get the information on that.
It's okay. Somebody will let you know if you're wrong.
I know, it's so true. Guys, should I just pull it up right now?
Sure, why not? I have questions. Where did you find this case? I've never heard of it before.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. Amy from Facebook.
Oh, that's right.
We had one of our listeners message us on Facebook, and I totally meant to say a shout out to you earlier, Amy. I'm so sorry. But she sent us a message and recommended this case. And like right away, I was like, I'm doing this case. This is awesome. And she actually even pointed out the JonBenet Ramsey link with the district attorney.
I love me some JBR.
Yeah. JBR. Does anyone actually call it JBR?
No, just us and True Crime Girl Time.
Yeah. Holla, True Crime Girl Time.
Hey, girls.
If you haven't listened to True Crime Girl Time, go right now.
It's really good. We love it. They're our BFFs.
Yeah, they're our True Crime BFFs. So, you should go listen to them.
But you should also go follow us at Mile High Murder Podcast on Instagram.
Yep.
And what else should they do, Rames?
You should go join our Facebook group.
It's a little discussion group just with almost 300 of our best friends.
Yeah.
We're just having a party in there. Just a couple of sevens.
Yeah. You should also send any cases that you have for us to go over, for us to discuss, record.
Cast.
Yeah. You can email us at milehighmurderpodcast@gmail.com.
And you should also head over to Apple Podcasts, give us a little 5-star review. Tell us why you love us so much and how you can't get enough of us. That helps us get seen by more people, and it just helps our ego.
Also, share with your true crime loving friends.
Yeah, that's
even
so
if they're
fun.
not in Colorado, it's okay. We
have a lot of people listening outside of Colorado. Yeah, and that's super dope.
We actually just posted a couple weeks ago on our Instagram and asked where you're listening from, and we got a lot of California and Texas and Utah, all over the place. So, hello everybody!
Hi,
Thank you for listening to us. And actually, in our we can see like in our stats, we have some people from Australia, Iceland,
Switzerland.
Yeah, all over the place.
I don't know what that accent was.
It's whatever she wanted it to be.
That's great. I loved it.
So anyways, we really appreciate everyone all over the world that listens to us.
Really cool. And we feel super blessed to be able to do this and sit in my living room eating Pop-Tarts and talking true crime.
So thanks for listening to us.
And we'll be back next week with a new episode. We love you. Bye.
Bye.